"Hi Leo, my name is Pedro. I live in Sao Paulo and please draw me wearing a red and black sweater." So this story happened when I was 9 years old? Well, when I was in 3rd grade, I always walked home and took a shortcut. Because the street my mom told me to take back had scared me. The houses were abandoned, but only my mom's friend's house had people living in it. The others, no one. Remember this, because it will be important for the ending. One day I couldn't take that shortcut because there was a Sabesp renovation and it was blocked there, so I went through the weird way. My mom was going to be waiting for me at her friend's house. A caramel-colored dog showed up and started following me. I don't know why, but I didn't do anything. It wasn't trying to bite me, so it was all good. When I was almost there, the dog started scratching the door of one of the abandoned houses. I started whistling at him to get him to leave. "Leo, I swear I'm telling the truth." A pale hand opened the door and grabbed the dog forcefully. It opened and closed really fast. That speed wasn't human. Whatever that thing is. It captured the little dog violently, man. I just heard the growls and it was over right away. It was a matter of seconds. I ran out of there and called my mom. Before going in, I looked at the house where the dog was dragged. I saw a skinny old man with red eyes looking at me through the crack of an old curtain. Unlike your stories, my mother and her friend believed me. Her friend said that a long time ago, a crazy old man used to live there and they took him away to the asylum. When he got out of the asylum, he had a breakdown and killed himself by sticking his thumbs in his eyes. And he died from bleeding, right? That must be why his eyes were red when he looked at me. But the saddest part of this story is that 2 twin brothers knocked on my door with a picture of that missing little yellow dog. I just slammed the door shut because I felt bad telling them what happened. I hope I contributed to the channel, Leo. Take care. Hi Leo, my name is Pedro. I'm 16 years old, but I'm going to tell you about a disturbing event that happened when I was 14. Well, it was about 8 o'clock at night and I was at a friend's party. We were playing on the cool rides, you know. And after that, we went to eat cake. After the party, everyone was leaving. It was around 11 at night, so I said goodbye to my friend and started walking home, right? Which was about a half-hour walk from there. I live in a rural area surrounded by woods and my house was about 2 kilometers from his. I thought it was strange because halfway there, the atmosphere went from calm to tense. A strong wind came up and I ended up picking up the pace, right? The moon was lighting up the dirt road and the wind was shaking everything, man. The trees were moving a lot and the bushes were making noise. When I looked at the clock, it was midnight. I thought, that's it. Now I'm in trouble. When I get home, I'm going to get a beating. My dad told me not to come home late, right? That's when I heard the sound of horse hooves hitting the ground, like it was coming closer to me. I turned around and didn't see anything. I started running faster until the galloping sound came back and I felt something knock me down, man. It was really fast. Was it some weird monster attacking me? That's when I saw a man dressed in black, riding a black horse. He was wearing clothes from the 19th century. He came up to me and spoke. "Leave my land or I will take you with me. This doesn't belong to you. Get off my property." I ran quickly, man. I got out of there. And when I got home, my mom was waiting for me with a slipper in her hand. So I had to explain the whole story to her. And she told me something that terrified me. That man was the spirit of a plantation owner who died around there a long time ago. And that on some full moon nights, there's a chance he might show up, right? He can be seen by people. And something bad might even happen, right? She said I was lucky to get out of there alive. When he was alive, he would always wander at night looking for his runaway slaves and would capture them with the help of his horse. After she told me that, I never went home alone again. Oh, Mom, knowing this story and that tonight was a full moon, why didn't you come pick me up or warn me about it before? Ah, my son, I simply forgot, you know? Hey Leo, my name is Giovanni and I'm going to tell you a crazy story. Today I'm 11 years old and this is the story. The event still haunts me today. I was 7 when it occurred. We lived in my grandmother's house where almost the whole family lived, except for my father who wasn't around. One day my sister argued with my mother in our family life because she claimed that our father was at the gate. My mother, on the other hand, denied it and said he had passed away some time ago. But I also spotted him at the gate, saying that he would come to get us. My eyes filled with tears, and that gave us hope. It had been a long time since we last saw him. He was dressed in a sloppy way, with worn out and somewhat dirty clothes. At the same time, I thought it could just be my imagination. I couldn't really remember how long it had been since I last saw him. Did my mom make up that story saying he had passed away, but in reality, he was still around? Could it be that he has problems with alcohol and my mom is trying to protect us? One day, while taking the bus to school, I saw my father sitting next to me. He was looking at me, and when I tried to hug him, my hand went right through him as if he were a spirit. That scared me. Months later, we moved to another city and I attended a new school where I became friends with Mateus and Jorge. At this new school, my friends told me what the place was like and also a bizarre story involving it. There were rumors that a janitor had died by jumping off the terrace for unknown reasons. Since my mother had worked at the school, I decided to ask her about the janitor. She said she knew about what happened and asked me, if the janitor were your father, would you cry? I said yes, but I kept thinking about it. What's that supposed to mean? One day at school, Matthias and I decided to eat up on that terrace. The one on the 3rd floor. While we were there, I saw my dad. He looked kind of sad. He walked up to the edge and jumped off. That really scared me, man. Matthias asked me what I was looking at. I was paralyzed and kind of shaking. I made up some excuse and left. When I got home, I asked my mom to transfer me to another school, but she didn't do it. However, after a year, she finally granted my request. After that, I never saw my father's spirit again. Thank you for reading my story, Leo. I hope you enjoyed this bizarre story from the subscribers. And if you want to send a story to appear in this segment here, just send it to this email right here, inscritosleo@gmail.com, alright? I'm going to wrap it up here. Bye!